Trying to explain why I love Titanfall is difficult. I've gone through 5 iterations of this script alone, and still I feel that I can't do the explanation justice. It's always been more of a gut feeling, an emotion that got me to care so much for Titanfall, so how exactly do you convey that to someone who had a completely different experience to you? I didn't fall in love with Titanfall because of its brilliant movement, incredible map design, or even the fantastic story didn't interest me. The real reason is much more complicated. The reason I love Titanfall is because of its potential. But what exactly does that mean? From the moment I watched the first Titanfall announcement trailer all the way back in July of 2013, I instantly knew that there was something special about it. The presentation of its world, the gameplay, the art style, the themes the trailer was trying to bring out, they were all parts of something grand, something spectacularly large, new and exciting. The potential for us to delve into an entirely new universe was something very exciting for many of us, myself included. Sure, maybe it was a pure spectacle at first, but underneath it all there was something there, untapped potential. But it went unnoticed, and I myself wouldn't discover that until much later. When I eventually got my hands on Titanfall in 2014, it was the most fun I had with a game in, well, ever. I was so immersed in Titanfall's world that I wasn't focused on trying to find some hidden meaning or stuck over analyzing every part of the game's design. I was just having fun, and no other game I played came even close to giving me that same feeling. But there was something bothering me in the back of my mind. I couldn't stop thinking about something. Something about the world of Titanfall was left unfinished. It left me anxious to see how this franchise would continue to develop. Well, in 2016, Titanfall 2 was released, and it was everything that I had hoped for. The sequel not only perfectly recaptured that same initial feeling of excitement I got from the original game, but also took more deliberate measures to flesh out its world by delivering us an amazing single-player experience. Although a little short, it was definitely a step in the right direction. Titanfall was beginning to stand apart from other games, and more importantly, started to show its true potential as a developing series. For a while, there was hope for the Titanfall franchise to see it become something iconic. This is why Titanfall 3 is important. Titanfall more than deserves its opportunity to come into its own, to showcase everything that it has to offer, because honestly, there is so much untapped potential. Titanfall is a franchise I absolutely adore for pursuing such a crazy idea, but that idea needs to go somewhere, and like I said, Titanfall 2 was a step in the right direction, but that game was plagued by a criminal lack of context. Now, when I say context, I don't mean who we are or what we're doing, I mean context on a larger scale. Why? So much is left unexplained, unexplored, or underdeveloped in Titanfall's world that it was hard for people to stay interested just beyond enjoying the spectacle that the universe provided. But Titanfall 3 can fix that. It can strengthen that relationship people have to the game and the franchise. It can elevate the gameplay to new heights, craft an exciting new campaign that delves deep into the world of Titanfall. It can create an experience that can't be had anywhere else. Titanfall's lifespan was unfortunately cut short, and although the universe continues with Apex Legends, Respawn has kind of forgotten what is so special about Titanfall in the first place. It was innovative, sure, it redefined movement shooters and went on to inspire a whole generation of games, but I didn't care about any of that. I was just happy that this game I loved was finally getting the recognition it deserved. It was finally showing its true potential. Titanfall 3 is what's needed to open a gateway into a much larger universe. It would be, without a doubt, the ultimate Titanfall experience, one that capitalizes on all of the lost potential from the last 2 games. As someone who has so much passion for the franchise, I need people to know that Titanfall 3 would solve a lot of problems. Titanfall 3 is what's needed to reunite the player base. Aside from it just being a better game, it can also provide a more in-depth look at the Titanfall universe by developing more of its lore and history. This will also help people remain interested in the universe, and it can also properly adopt the lore of Apex Legends to make the 2 game storylines more coherent. It can create new and interesting gameplay opportunities. Despite what people think, Titanfall 2 is not a perfect game and there is plenty of room for improvement. Titanfall 3 can take its story in new and exciting directions by also having the campaign be told from multiple perspectives. One person from the IMC, militia, freelance group, etc. Titanfall 3 can flesh out the world and its inhabitants. The frontier is the main driving force for the story, and we still don't know nearly enough about why it's important. Titanfall 3 can take the time to show us why. Take us to multiple planets within the frontier, showcase some of its incredible worlds. There are so many more reasons I can list, and I'll probably be here all day if I did. But there is one more very important reason we need Titanfall 3. Closure. Let's be honest, Titanfall isn't a franchise that needs to run for decades on end and deliver a new game every 2 to 3 years, but I'm sure many of us were heartbroken to see Titanfall just fade away. We didn't get any proper closure, the lead up to Apex Legends wasn't satisfying, and Titanfall really does deserve to have a proper conclusion. Titanfall 3 can give us that, at the very least. That's what we deserve. I want to see Titanfall have a satisfying conclusion. I want to be able to enjoy Apex Legends without constantly thinking of how it destroyed my favorite game. I want to be able to know that Titanfall realized its true potential. This is what I want. I think that's what all of you want, even if you don't realize it yet. We need Titanfall 3. This video was directed as a love letter to the Titanfall community. We have done so incredibly well in the recent months, and I hope I can continue to see this community thrive. Every single one of you has been amazing, and I appreciate the support some of you have been showing to the channel. If you're like me and have been following Titanfall's journey since day one, then I encourage you to spread this message to as many people as possible. And as always, this is Agent Mav, signing off.